One of Donald Trump's lawyers, former lawyer, Alina Habba, is out there doing exactly what you would expect from a Maga mouthpiece with no good defense, which is screaming hoax into every single microphone that she can find. And now they are taking the hammer, the one tool they have, calling things a hoax, and applying it to the signal text fiasco. Here is Alina Habba in an exclusive one-on-one interview on Fox News after it was announced that she would become U.S. attorney for the district that includes New Jersey. She says there's no story with the signal hoax, with the signal fiasco. It's a hoax. It's a distraction. That's all it is.
And that is really the sum of it. You want to talk to me about Doge. You want to talk to me about what's happening with this signal nonsense where they're communicating high-level people. Maybe a mistake was made, but at the same time, I'll tell you one thing, there was high-side communications that were proper, that were done correctly, and nobody here got hurt, A. B,
yeah, thanks to Jeffrey Goldberg.
Were allowed to do it because there was no classified information. But you know what this is?
The information was wrongly unclassified, if that's true. But here's the key
Sean,
part.
it's the same thing we've been talking about for 4 years. It's a hoax. It's a distraction. It's the same thing they did when they said Biden had no cognitive decline, absolute garbage. And they're going to continue to do it in this administration. Why? Because we're winning. Because we're winning and we're successful and we're going to keep hitting hard for the American people. And
all right. She says it's a distraction. A distraction from what? Right? I mean, this is not a hoax. Military strike plans were leaked in a signal chat. Real messages, real national security risks. And now there are lawsuits and there are court orders and Republican finger pointing to show for it. But it's really critical for us to understand the MAGA playbook. If you don't understand the playbook, you can't do much about it. Deny everything, label it fake, label it a hoax, hope that your base can't tell the difference. And to a great degree, that the base can't tell the difference. Because remember, Trump's impeachments, hoaxes. Dozens of felony charges, hoaxes. Top secret documents stacked next to Trump's gilded toilet, another hoax. And now what? It's just the signal leak that is the hoax, except it's not. And shouting hoax when something is real just makes the previous denials look more ridiculous in hindsight. That's the really important thing to understand. Now that we see them labeling this a hoax, something which so obviously is not a hoax, the more obvious it becomes that everything they call a hoax turns out to be true and turns out to be real. Now, my instinct here is that Alina Habba knows that this is bad. She is a lawyer, but she's not making legal arguments when she appears on Fox News like this. She's running a PR campaign. And as I've said before, she has previously served as Donald Trump's legal lawyer. But for the most part, Alina Habba has been Trump's TV lawyer, which is essentially the same role as Caroline Leavitt. And it's a desperate attempt. The louder they yell distraction, the louder they yell hoax, the clearer it becomes that they have no actual defense. Now, as we are now at the end of the week, I'm not going to sugarcoat for you that it seems as though best case scenario, some sacrificial lamb will resign or be fired as a result of the signal fiasco. Of course, Hegseth, Waltz, Gabbard, at minimum, should resign or be fired. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. They just don't care. They do not care, and we can't make them care. So prepare yourself for the real possibility that there is one person picked to sort of fall on their sword for this. We figured out who took Mike Waltz's phone and added Jeffrey Goldberg to the group chat. What? Yeah. And that person has resigned. So now the whole thing is fixed and everything's completely fine. That's my expectation at the most for accountability, because Trump never apologizes for anything. He never admits mistakes. And I think that that's very clearly what they are planning to do. All right. Thanks to everybody who has been reviewing my book. Thousands of these finally have now gone out after some shipping delays. They are ending up in people's hands. If you've gotten the book, you don't even know the power you hold in your hands to now review the book. It takes 15 seconds. Review it on Amazon, review it on Barnes & Noble, review it on Goodreads. This really helps us keep the momentum going. We have kept the book ranked right around 1,000 on Amazon for all the millions of books that Amazon sells. Okay, this is a really big deal. Let's keep the reviews going. Let's take a quick break. After the break, empires never think that they will fall, and usually they do. What does that tell us about the future of the United States, if anything? If anything, we will discuss it after this short break. Guys in my audience, I know you're tired of the chafing with traditional underwear. Our sponsor, Sheath, makes the most comfortable boxer briefs I've ever worn. If you're sick of the boxers that are too loose or the briefs that are too tight, Sheath is for you. Sheath underwear is designed with two special pouches in the front. Keeps everything separate in its own compartment with extra confidence that you will feel throughout the day, keeping things separate and comfortable, no more sticking and chafing. I was skeptical about the dual pouch, I admit it, but it is game changing. Everything stays where it is supposed to be, extra useful when working out at the gym, and even if you don't want to use the pouches, you don't have to. It is still the most comfortable pair of underwear I have ever owned. It will blow your mind how soft and stretchy these are, made with moisture wicking technology to keep you dry. If you were ready to take underwear comfort to a new place, a place you didn't even know it could go, head over to sheathunderwear.com/Pacman and get 20% off with the code Pacman. The link is in the description.